All right, so I was planning on doing several videos. It's probably been about 4 or 5 different videos utilizing the Winter Warden shield, but I keep hearing it's going to be nerfed. Staff is sick, so they haven't done it yet. So I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to wait and see what they do with it, see how bad they fuck it up, and put the cherry on top of the gift box set. But they did do the golden gift box uh, update for January, and so we actually have some very good items. I picked up, I want to say maybe everything that they released. Let's see, I can't remember. All right, so in the rares, we have the Vengeance of Nulgath Defender, which is the best item that was released. It's a clone of the Trickster Shield, but it heals your mana instead of your hit points. And then let's see, in the pets, we have the Vengeance of Nulgath Blade. So it's an actual a blade that's a pet, and there's a couple modes there. I'll show it. It's okay. It's a new idea. I don't fault them for it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but um, honestly, wielding that thing as a weapon would be pretty nice. I think that's going to be it for the rares. And then, so this, in my opinion, based on how good the items are, the shield should have been the ultra rare instead of the weapon. I'm not going to show the weapon, I think. And then you have the weapon here. This one actually toggles between melee, ranged, and magic. But basically, on it, let's see, burn or fear. It's actually both. Um, on the magic version, it's post spell cast of fire spells, so it's okay. Uh, I I I feel like that the weapon should have a, something dodge related, since the shield and the pet did, but sometimes they don't think things through when they make this stuff. So anyway, I did pretty much a dodge lash loadout here. But basically what this is going to enable you to do, and I'll kind of show off what I like to do, sort of reminders. I've shown some of this stuff in other videos. So you got the Vengeance of Nulgath Shield. This is what it looks like. And then you have your 88 SP per turn, replenish MP up to 4 hits. So how well it does will depend on the monster. Um, so one of the things I'm going to do here is I'll start off using bunnies, and that can act as a supplemental a dodge. But um, eventually, I'm going to kind of show off. Um, you don't need dodge pets and guests. You don't need dodge armors. If you know how to blind stack, there's a few stacks that's very, very good, and there's a benefit there. But what I'll do here, all right, so I've got low MRM, so I'll just use Optical for some potence in this case. But basically, um, I'm willing the staff, which does blind after you cast light spells, and then the armor here, Paladin, will. I used the arcane version, so this is going to cost MP. So we've got 105 light, so one cast is 46 blind. That was 653 MP, but he healed me. Let's see what the battle log shows real quick. Bring it over here. So it healed me. It's 336. Remember, MP heals get a 1.5 multiplier, so that's 336 per block, up to 4 blocks. So that's pretty crazy. And then again, I can just do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So 74. But keep in mind, I also have 39 here, so it's going to miss. 74, 39. So well over the 85. You're going to need So I'm up to 95. So I don't need. So that took 3 casts at 105 light. Go ahead and flee here. That's 3 casts at 105 light. All right. Uh, so if you just wanted to load up on blind spells, um, a couple of the very good ones because they have -20 to save is the new Tooth Mauler, and there's also one called Darkness Orb Shroud. It's a darkness based one. It also has a -20 to save. You'll be able to inflict those pretty regularly. Of course, you have Mandate, and then this one that's built in here. But what I like to do really is forego. All right, so I'm going to have -50 darkness in this case, but I like to forego um, bunnies and just blind stack. A lot of people don't like that because of the um, chance that you might not inflict, and I understand that, but there is some benefit there. And then, as a lucky beast mage, I'll grab a Mindbreaker shield. So I already have a 28 blind start. Come back over to this guy, and then so at 130 light, one Mindbreaker plus one spellcast is already 67 blind. If I wanted to, I could do celerity and it would already be unhittable amount of blind. I don't need to do a Mindbreaker here, but just to kind of show you the kind of how high this could go. We'll come back. So we're at 122 for 6 rounds. So this monster's going to be hitting me, just healing me 336 per hit. At this point, uh, I'm good to go for 6 rounds. I can change to whatever armor I want, right? And just nuke. If I wanted to get in a spellcaster armor, I could just wield this shield, cast my spell, and it's just going to heal me repeatedly. Uh, I like to use this combo because of, in this instance, like maybe I could now bring in Prime Chaos Orb. I don't need light anymore. And then maybe, like here I have Arctic Crusher. Maybe I come over here. If I had a Spellcaster Armor, I could hop into it. But I'll just use Antarctic here. And then basically the Creature 72 and Phase combo will supplement my MP as I'm dodging. So it's going to keep my MP pretty full, if not outright full. Of course, if it's just a one-hit monster, it's going to take a little longer. But to me, that's the best route, is to stack blinds very quickly. So what you could really do here to make this super fast, let's see here. So I'm actually going to, even though this is ideal for light, I'm going to go ahead and Prime Chaos Orb. So see if I can get both light and darkness decent. All right. So I screwed myself here. All right. And so that's the gamble you run whenever you use Prime Chaos Orb, as everybody knows. But hopefully this next round I'll be able to manage it here. Let's see what happens. Get hit pretty hard there. Just having bad luck here. All right, I'm just going to move on to the next monster. He may actually kill me here. I've hit Prime Chaos Orb so damn much. He's going to do his skill. I actually dodged something. All right. I'm trying to get both light and dark decent, so Creature 72 is working for me, but I wanted to show off, okay, so I wanted to show off you don't need light to be some crazy high number. So that's what I was trying to do here. So I'm actually going to start off this battle. Now keep in mind, we also have the Trickster's Fang Buckler, which will heal your hit point on dodge if I need to. Also the Chrono Paladin Hourglass, I could use it if I need to. So just to show off uh, what you could do here. So just get yourself 2 rounds of Shadow Feeder, and then get your Mindbreaker, which also has a -20 to save, and it's Int Inflict. So Int Resist, so most monsters aren't going to resist it. Come back over to here, and so all you're going to be doing here is do this twice. This is just versus 100%. So I'm up to 75 blind. I think if you're up to 110, it crosses the 85. I think it's like 87. So you don't need much. And then, so FaZe is healing back my MP here, so he's probably going to miss both hits. So now I have full MP because I'm utilizing the dodge and this combo. Well, so I have celerity again, so I don't need to go this route. Mindbreaker's SP cost is fine because I'm using this combo. So now I'm up to 80, basically 87, and then you're going to see this climb pretty high here. See where we're at. We're up to 160. This monster, as most, don't have any auto hit attacks, so I have 6 rounds where I can do whatever I want, and I'm healing everything. If I want to, then I can just swap over to Tricksters. So I have full resources, so I don't really need to rely on Optico. So maybe instead I just... The monster might die here. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping it'll attack me here. Alright, so now we're healing back my hit points. So that's one route you can go. So these mages can use a variety of... I have no idea why I went first against this guy. I got lucky. "200% light." This will be like your max scenario, right? I think it said 88. So like I said, it's you can employ dodge with some of this stuff. All right, so I'm gonna pivot here. Let's go back over to the bunnies here. And then instead I'm gonna hop into Nemesis. And you can do anything. Trickster's Hide is actually going to be inflicting Berserk. You could use a charisma weapon with it. Maybe you cast MP spells with Embarred, with Dual Bunny. But what I'm going to do here is get into Nemesis here. Make sure that this is on. I'm going to change over to Luminous Whiff. And then, so wind is at 100. So I've got options here for Misks. Summoning Stone for damage or Chrono Paladin Hourglass for dodge heal. So all I'm going to do here is, again, let's just go ahead and get a couple of these. All right, since I've used Essence Orb and eaten into some of my hit points, I'll go ahead and use the Hourglass. So I'm going to cast a Wind spell that has Blind, and this staff will give me Def Boost after all Wind spells. So we got, this is versus 100%, it scales versus Wind. So 29 and 2 rounds of 12. But because I use Celerity, you're going to see the Def Boost climb pretty quickly. So I've got 51 on the blind, and then now I've got 3 rounds of 43. So I'm already unhittable at this point. There's no need for me to worry about dodge. So I can completely swap out of this if I need to. So if I wanted to go something more offensive, for example, I'd be fine because I'm not going to be able to be hit, like at all. And then you could just go with more offensive and finish the monster off like that. So this shield here is giving you perpetual, basically, uh, MP, endless MP, especially those 4+ hit monsters. All right, so now I'm going to move on to, let's see here. I'm going to show off the pet real quick, along with this dodge stuff. All right, so let's just hop back over into this guy here. Actually, let's just do one bunny guest, and then what I'll do is, so it's a pretty sick looking weapon. All right, attempt to burn foes when you block their attacks. So it's dodge burn, right? So I'm gonna come back over to this setup here, get my 57 blind, and then supplement that with 25 there. And they have the so it'll still attack, and then I dodged, and then it inflicted burn, 2 power, 1 duration. So it's kind of like dodge lash, really, but it's a DOT. So it's basically fire dodge lash. It's just going to take another turn down the road. In fact, it might even, let's see what just happened. It might even be immediate. Instead of, yeah, it might even be immediate. Let's see here. 149 burn damage. So he was unsuccessful hitting me. So it, yeah. I'll double check this next battle here. And let's find out if the burn is immediate. I think it should be. So instead of a direct burn lash, it's actually a dodge lash. It's actually burn lash right off the bat. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get a block. And a burn lash, and see if it'll be right on the battle log already. So it's going to attack, dodge, burn is right on the monster, and it should be there. Let's see. Unsuccessful. Burn. Dodge burn. So basically, you have dodge burn's a pretty immediate. because it follows the monster attack. So you're basically getting dodge lash damage out of a pet. It's just in the form of a DOT. It's not a lot. Let me see, what is the monster here? 70%. So, I mean, I guess you could probably do find some fire Elevons or Omni Elevons and stuff. So now we're 73 plus the 25, so we can't be hit. So he's going to miss me, but I do have some Elevon there. Up to 3 power. I don't think it's per hit though. I can check the info subs. It's probably a hits versus misses uh, amount of burn. So as long as one hit misses, it'll dodge lash the burn there. So as you can see, I dodge lashed MP, I dodge lashed a burn, and then I dodge lashed the harm from uh, Misk. Get some extra dodge lash damage from the armor. So there you have it. Some different strategies with the new Nulgath stuff. Like I said, the weapon's kind of odd. They should have done a dodge based effect on it as well. Like maybe similar to the Luminous Whiff, maybe an MRM boost after fire attacks or fire spells, for example. Or um, maybe they should have just done blind. I would have taken blind. Um, but um, there you have it. A couple pretty good items. And then the shield is one of the best shields in the game. Probably top 8 or 10 shield of all time in the game. Um, and so that's different ways that I stack blinds um, and am able to utilize the effects instead of necessarily just relying on a dodge armor or a dodge pet guest all the time. You can actually stack blinds to the point where um, you have a known duration, and so you can just hop in like offensive stuff afterwards.